Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you on your favorite YouTube channel MBA Wallah English. Now my dear friends, 1st of August, CAT form is already out and next in line is NMAT. Yes, Nasi Munji aptitude test. Again, the registration has started and here I am to assist you with this registration process so that once again you will not commit any error and you will not end up wasting your money or wasting your entire 1 year because of the disqualification in this examination. Now, before I'll start with the registration process, one very important thing that I'll cover for all of you is your dilemma. In clearing your dilemma, that should we be writing NMAT exam or Nasi Munji University, is it good enough for us to do an MBA? So my answer is a straight yes, a big yes. NMIMS Mumbai and then NMIMS Bangalore. These are two colleges, these are two institutes which are very good, especially NMIMS Mumbai campus. And because of the placements that they offer, I can say that yes, it is worth taking admission in Nasi Munji Mumbai campus. And yes, the return on investment might not sound very good because of the fee structure of NMIMS, but understand that you just have to pay fee once and you will be getting your salary for entire life. So yes, it's a big yes for all of you to fill this examination form. Also, it increases your chances of doing an MBA, right? So what if you are not able to get good marks in CAT or any other exam that you are targeting? So NMAT can be can work as a backup option as well, right? So I am in 100% support for writing this examination form, right? Now let's start with the registration process. So what you again have to do is simply go to Google and write NMAT notification or NMAT registration 2025, and you can click the first link which says NMAT by GMAC. I'll click it. Okay, it will redirect me to the next page, right? So this is the entire dashboard, right? Okay, and the next page looks like this. So it will ask you to register for NMAT by GMAC. So you can click here. If you have already done the registration, you can click already registered, login here. But let's follow this registration process step by step. So once I'll click register for NMAT by GMAC right here, so it will redirect me to another page, which will look like this registration page, right? So I have prepared tab for all of you, right? So it will take me to a page like this. So let's get started, right? So here you will have to fill in all your details starting from your first name, your last name, the email address which you want to use for the further communication. Apart from that, you will have to fill in the password. Now there is a small restriction for the password. So they have mentioned the password must contain at least 8 characters in length and contains at least one uppercase, one lowercase and one digit, right? So totally up to you, whichever password you want to select, you can go for that. And the email address and the password that you will be selecting will be used to log in. All right. Now, once you will enter all these details, the password, and you will re-enter the password, click on these two. Okay. So communication preferences and stay informed with the latest news. You can click, you can look at the terms and conditions. You can select that you are not a robot and then create account. Now, once you will click create account, then it will send like GMAC, NMAT will send a confirmation mail on your email ID, the email ID that you have given earlier, right? So wait for that confirmation mail, visit that email, right? Visit that mail on your email ID and you will have to click to confirm, right? So open that mail and in that mail, you will find there will be a link on which you will have to click to authenticate, right? So once you will click that, you are authenticated and then you can use the same email ID and the password that you have filled in here to log in, right? So log in. You will click login and it will redirect you to this login page where you will have to enter your email ID and the password and click login. So once I'll click login, let's do that. All right, so once I'll click login, it's a bit slow. Yes, because a lot of students might be doing the registration at this point in time. So it has taken me to my dashboard, right? So look at, you'll click dashboard, it will display a page like this. And at first, right now at the left hand side, you can see continue, right? You will see a tab of register or registration, right? Okay, so at the top of this page, don't go to the bottom of this page where it is asking you to schedule and reschedule, because right now you are not you will not be able to do that because all these tabs are disabled. So first you have to complete the registration process. You have to fill in all your necessary details, then only you will be able to schedule or reschedule whatever it is, right? So you will find on the left hand side, on the top left hand side, there will be a tab in green color which will say register. So you will click on register. I have already done that, so that's why they are asking me to continue for that. And now you have all these things you will have to fill in, starting with your personal information, your contact information, your education and work experience, your school preference, that means the college preference in this, right? Additional information, declaration, and then finally the payment, right? So these are all the things that you will have to fill in. Okay, so let's look at all these tabs one by one. So let's look at all these tabs one by one. I'll start from the first tab that says personal information. Okay, so I'll click personal information. I have already filled in some of the details, so you'll have to select all these things. So title, Mr. I've completely filled in my name, the first name, if you have any middle name, the last name, all these things should be filled. Then the gender, I'll select male. Date of birth, you can select your date of birth. I'll go and select my date of birth. All right. So, all right, fine. Then they will display the age and then the category. So whichever category you belong to, you can select it from this drop down menu. So these are different categories. I'll select my category. All right. Okay. Now, what they are saying is, please ensure the following: uploading your photograph in the registration form. All right. So we'll look at that. Abhi isko right now I'll cancel it. Now going for nationality, I'll fill it, right? Indian. Native language, whichever language is your native language, I will fill in the Hindi language. All right. And then I'll upload my photograph. Now, once you will upload your photograph, it will give you a notification that you must read all these things before you upload your photograph, right? So they have given the rules and regulations that you'll have to follow while clicking and while uploading. So upload a recent passport size photograph for your admit card. Childhood or outdated photos are not allowed. Okay? Accepted file formats are JPG, JPEG, and PNG. So these are the formats in which you will have to save your file. The photograph must be upright. Do not upload rotated or landscape image. The background should be white or light colored. Eyes must be open and clearly visible in the photograph. Before submitting the form, preview the photograph to ensure if it is clear or not. If not, please upload a new photograph, right? So all these things must be read before you upload the photograph. So I'll click upload and I will select the photograph. All right, great. So my photo is uploaded here. As you can see, I don't want to crop the image. If you want to do that, you may do that. Now, next is your parents' details. So I'll fill in father's name and mother's name here. So I'll just randomly fill these names. All right, great. Now they are asking for identity proof. Now, identity proof. So photo ID proof. You can select any one of these. It can be a PAN card issued by the government. It can be passport. It can be your driving license. It can be your Aadhaar card, or it can be your voter ID. So I'll select my Aadhaar card. Now name as per photo ID. So I'll fill in my name. All right, great, perfect. And photo ID number. So photo ID number, I'll fill in my photo ID number. So let me check for it. Great. So I'll quickly fill it. Perfect. So I have filled in that. Next, are you differentially abled? So if you are differentially abled, you can select yes. Otherwise, you can select no. I'll select no. And I filled it. Great. So now it has taken me back to the previous page. Wonderful. So now I'll continue. Form is already 62% completed. Okay, so they are giving me, so personal information, as you can see, it is 100% completed. Wonderful, lovely. Now next is contact information. So I'll click contact information. One by one, you can fill in all these details. Okay, so I have filled in my contact information, alternate contact number. I can fill any of the contact numbers as an alternate contact number. All right. Great. Now, primary email ID I have filled in. If you want to give in an alternate email ID, totally your choice. It is not a mandatory field, as you can see. So the fields which are marked with a red color star, all of them are mandatory fields, right? Now, your current address. So current address, you can fill in the country, then state, your state, whatever it is, you can select. All right. The city, you can select. Right? So I'll select a random city. Perfect. Now you can select the address line 1, address line 2. Is this your permanent address? Is your permanent address same as your contact address that you have filled in? If they are different, you can select no, and then they will ask you to feed in one more address. I'll select yes here. It's very simple. Everything is going very smoothly. And then I'll save and exit. So wait, I'll fill in the pin code properly. So it is not matching with whatever it should be there. Okay, so perfect, great. So now it should match, and then I'll save and exit. So it is also saved. Perfect. Now the next thing, so it is 80% completed. I'll again click continue and fill in the remaining details. So contact information is also 100% done. Now I'll fill in education and work experience. So let's click it here. Now, highest education level. So if you are a postgraduate, you can fill in postgraduate. If you are a graduate, you can write graduate. So completed or appearing for graduation, attained master's degree, whichever is there, you can select that. Now, undergraduate country. So which country you have done your graduation from? So I can select India, or whichever country you have done it from, you can select that. Perfect. Now, undergraduate university, you can select the name of the university. I'll select it randomly. Undergraduate college, I can select it randomly. So university and college, both these options will come here, and you can select the appropriate name from the drop-down menu. All right. Now, the stream in which I have done my graduation, I've done engineering, bachelor's degree name. So you can write the name of the degree. So I'll fill it BE or BTech. Next is the specialization in which I have pursued. So I'll fill in computer science. All right, great. Okay. Next is the mode of pursuing or completion of graduation degree. So the mode, correspondence, distance learning, full-time, open school, or part-time, you can select from any of these menu, like any of these options in the drop-down menu, right? Graduation status. Now, have you completed your graduation or you have not completed, right? So if you are in final year, you can write not completed. If you have completed, you have already done it last year or the year before that, you can select completed, right? Now they will ask you for your graduation details. So UG, year of passing or year of appeared. So year of passing, like you can select as per whatever year you have completed your graduation. So I'll write 2000 whatever. Okay. Now marking scheme, was it a CGPA out of 10, out of 9, out of 8, out of 7 or out of 4? Okay. Or is it percentage, right? So they have given all the formats. So CGPA out of 10, out of 9, out of 8, out of 7, out of 4, or is it in the form of percentage? So I'll fill it in the form of percentage. So obtain CGPA or percentage, right? So obtain CGPA or percentage. Since I have selected percentage, so I'll be filling my graduation score in the form of percentage. So I'll select 80, right? Okay. So percentage cannot be greater than 100. Obvious reason. Perfect. Now moving ahead to work experience details. So do you have any work experience? If you have, you can select yes. If you don't have, you can select no. So here, if I'll select yes, so they will give me the details. They will give me the options to fill in the details. So let's start filling the details. So type of engagement, employee, entrepreneur or self-employed, right? So they are giving all the options. Let's say if I'll select I was an employee, the sector now I'll have to select public sector, private sector or non-profit organization. So I'll select private sector. All right. Next, I have to write in the years in which, like the years of total work experience. So let's say I have 2 years and 5 months of work experience. So I'll select 2 years, and in the months, I'll select 5 months. All right. So whatever your experience is, how much, whatever is the quantity of the experience, you can completely fill in. And this experience should be as on 1st of July 2025. In CAT, they were asking up till 31st of July 2025, but here it is as on 1st of July 2025. So carefully calculate this work experience. Now, which industry best reflects your experience? So you can select up to a maximum of 3 industries, right? So industry 1. So let's say you were working in advertising field. So you can select advertising and you can just scroll down this menu and you will get each and everything. So I am into education, right? So I have selected education. Select function. So what was your role basically? Again, they have mentioned each and everything, right? So if my work is in teaching, academic and research, I'll select that. Okay. Industry 2, if you have multiple work experiences or if you can define multiple industries, you can select as many as you can, right? No, they have mentioned that maximum 3 industries, so you can go up to 3. So I'll not do anything else. Are you currently working? So if yes, obviously I'll select yes. If no, you can select no. Work city. So in which city you are working? Let's say I am working in Noida. So I'll put in Noida here. Perfect. Okay. Next, last or current organization. So enter the name of your current or last organization. So I'll enter PW, right? And I'll go for the next one. Great. So next, let's see. So education and work experience, again, it says 100%. Now school of preference. So let's fill in this particular detail. So here, while filling this form, they will give you option of selecting the different schools in the preferred manner. Okay. So a total of 88 choices are available, and when you fill NMAT form, they send your scores to 5 of these schools that you have selected for free. Now, if you want to send your score to any of the other colleges, then you will have to apply for them. You will have to pay separately for that, right? So let's select these 5 choices. So right now I have made a selection of 3 of them. Okay. So Wait, so let me remove these. So I'll show you from the beginning. So first of all, we'll have to select the top of the names NMIMS University, which covers all the campuses of NMIMS, right? Which offers MBA program, right? Now I'll click plus sign and we'll go for the second selection. Now, some of you might have a problem in selecting these colleges. So I'll help you out as per my understanding. So one of them is SPGen's global program. So SPGen Institute of Management and Research, right? I'll fill in this one. Then wait. No, I don't want to delete. I'll add one more. Okay, now next is, so one is SPGen, I have done the selection for. Next is SPGen Global School of Management. It must be there. Wait. Okay, SPGen School of Global Management, right? Now I'll add one more because I can select 5 colleges in which I can send my score for free. Okay. Now the next selection can be 𝐁𝐀𝐄𝐄 Sumaya or TAPME. So I'll select 𝐁𝐀𝐄𝐄 Sumaya. We'll add one more and we'll next select TAPME, right? Now there is one more college which is XIM University. You can keep this option above TAPME or 𝐁𝐀𝐄𝐄 Sumaya, right? So I have given you 6 possibilities, 6 options from which you can select any 5 of them, because for these colleges, for these 5 colleges, the score will be sent for free. Now, if you'll have to select one more, you'll have to pay in addition. So additionally, you'll have to pay. So I'll remove one of these options. I've already given you 5 of these options, right? So let's remove one of them. Great. So now I have selected 5 choices. So this is also done. Great. Now I'll skip this option. Fine. Or you can save this option. So school preferences, it is 100% filled. Additional information. Now, do you want to fill any of the additional information? Right? So let's go for it. These are mandatory fields. How did you learn about NMAT by GMAC? So how did you get to know about this thing? From your coaching institute, from your relatives, from your friends, from advertisements, from magazines? Now, whichever is applicable, you can select that. If you have any other resource, so you can please mention it here, right? So I'll select, let's say magazine. Now, totally up to you, whichever you want to select, and we'll remove other. Now here you can select multiple options as well, right? Now, if you select magazine, they will ask you magazine source, digital ad source, and so on and so forth. Okay. So I'll just write friends and relatives, totally up to you. You can fill any of these. Now, your current background. When do you plan to start your management program? So month and year you will have to mention. So let's say I want to start my management program the next year in the month of August. So I can fill August 2026. All right. Now this date will be having no impact on your application process, right? So you can fill in any of the date, right? 2026, 2027, whichever you want to. Other exams you are planning to take. So you can check all the examinations that you are planning to take in future. So let's say I'll select CAT, I'll select ZAT, IFT is no longer there, and MAT is not updated about that. IFT, they don't conduct their separate examination anymore. Fine, you can ignore this. So CAT and ZAT, let's say I've selected these two. Exams you have taken before. Let's say if you have already taken any of these exams in the past, you can select that. Are you financing your management program? So if you are like financing it yourself, you can do it. Personal loan, personal savings, support from parents, scholarship. So how are you basically financing it? So let's say I'll be taking a bank loan. Fine. Where would you like to study? Select up to 3 countries. So NMAT offers different colleges which are outside India as well. So if you plan to study in Afghanistan, so you can select that. Okay. So I'll just select India. You can select up to 3 countries. Okay. So I'll quickly go for my selection. Uh, India, it's at the top. So I have selected that, but you can select 3 countries. Are you in any way associated with helping candidates prepare for any management education exam? So basically, are you a teacher who is helping students to prepare for these examinations. You can select no because you are just a student, all right? And then you can click next. Now, the next thing is a declaration, right? So additional information is also 100% filled. You can see this one by one. Now, declaration, all right. So you just have to click I agree. All right. Your name is already there, the date, today's date. Okay. And then you can click and preview and edit to review your form and then submit, right? So they're asking to cross check each and everything. So click on preview and edit to edit your form if you want to. Okay. So first of all, let's preview this form. We have filled in all the details. So the entire form will be displayed now on the screen. So all the information is there, right? So if all this information is absolutely correct, you can just scroll down at the bottom. Otherwise, you can click edit whichever part you want to edit, right? Now, I have made all the changes. I have done all the additions, whichever I want to. After that, you can submit. And the final step, obviously, you'll have to pay some money. Okay, so let's do the payment. So once again, it's like any other online payment, right? So the total of 3,540, including taxes, is the payment, right? So you can select any of these, right? Now, if you want to add some more products, like they have offered you the practice examination booklets, so you can select that as well if you want to, okay? And this will be at an additional cost of 1,099, right? So submit and make payment. It will redirect you to the payment portal using which you will be able to make your final payment for NMAT form, right? Okay. Now, once you have made the payment, then after that, you can go for the slot booking. So this is the complete registration process that you will have to follow. Once you will make the payment, once again at the first page where you will log in, you can scroll downwards and then you will find the links wherein you can schedule your examination date. All right. So friends, this was the complete NMAT registration process. I hope you will follow all these things and will not make any kind of error, right? So all the very best. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.